Hey everyone, my name's Cade.
And my name's Justin. We are the co-creators of Casa, the app that's redefining college housing. We are both students in the Masters of Information Systems Management program here at Brigham Young University at the Marriott School of Business.
As our capstone project this semester, we wanted to build solutions in the real estate space. Based on what we found in our research, there are significant problems and pain points for university students in buying and selling lease contracts and finding good places to live.
As college students ourselves, we recognize and experience the problems that exist in the college housing search process and in the college living experience.
Many students find themselves in need of buying or selling contract leases often. In this environment, many students turn to platforms like Facebook Marketplace or Facebook housing group pages to find good deals from the local community, and many experience the same main pain points.
First, ease of use. Having to constantly monitor social media feeds and several different pages for deals and tracking those through instant messaging is tough. Most college students have very little spare time on their hands, and this can become difficult to keep up with. Second, consistency. Every application process is different and requires the same information entered over and over again. Wouldn't it be much simpler to enter that information once and reuse it at the click of a button? Third, living experience. College housing is about more than price. It's also about the experience. It's hard to see what the actual living environment will be like from a Facebook post. Who will your roommates be, and will you get along? Is the social environment thriving or low-key? How far is the place from campus or from work? Have people you know lived there before? Which leads us to the final point. Finding housing through word of mouth is the best. By far, the easiest and most preferred way to find housing, according to our user research, is through word of mouth. Having someone you know refer you allows you to skip the search process altogether.
Recognizing the need to solve these problems, we created Casa, the app that's redefining college housing. Built for iOS using state-of-the-art technology, this app will change the face of the student subleasing experience. Using Casa, college students looking for a home will finally be able to find it. Welcome to Casa. Let's dive in. Here are some of the key features of Casa that aim to solve the problems we've discussed. In order to provide familiarity and achieve high adoption, we designed the UI based on Instagram and Airbnb. This will help users easily get on the app and will facilitate a word-of-mouth, socially connected housing search experience, where relationships are key. Next, a built-in one-tap application process. Users will enter information once and never again, quickly applying to listings. This is consistent and easy to use, no more repetition. Just click and move on.
Another cool feature is the ability to see connection history for listings. When looking at a listing, have people you know lived there before? If so, what was their experience like, and do they have connections to help you out? It all adds to the word-of-mouth feel and peak living experience we are chasing. You can also see who is currently living at a listing, if their privacy settings allow you to, and/or you are connected/friends on the platform. You can see what interests/hobbies you have in common, if you go to the same school, have the same major, etc. This allows you the transparency to make an informed decision about what kind of a living experience you want to have wherever you go.
To add to this transparency and achieve peak living experience, you can also view community set categorical scores for a listing, our version of tenant reviews. If you want to know the social environment, the safety, or anything else about the living environment you will be entering, this feature will tell you. Naturally, you want to know the proximity of a place to the places you commute the most, work and school. Utilizing Google Maps, Casa will show you both driving distance and time to ensure you have answers to those vital questions so that your living experience can be the best it can be. Now we'll take a look at the product in a live demo. Alright, let's get signed up for Casa. So we'll navigate to the app here, and rather than log in, we're going to create an account because we do not yet have one. And for the sake of time, we're going to fill out this form. Down here at the bottom, I'm going to select connections as my privacy level because I don't want anyone to see my housing history besides my connections. Here at the top, we're going to click create account. It's going to take us to this personal details page where we can personalize our Casa experience. I'm going to skip this for now because we're going to log in a second as a different user and we'll see what this page can do. So I'm going to skip that, give it a second to load, and that'll bring us to our home page. Alright, so we're here in our temporary email inbox with the email we just signed up with on Casa. And we see that we have a welcome email from Casa. We're going to go ahead and open that email. And as you can see here, we just wanted to show that once you register, you'll get an email like this one welcoming you to the app and just giving you some general information about your account. Now that we're on the app, we're going to add our current apartment to Casa so that we can manage it. So under select listing, we'll select other, and we're going to make a new listing. With all this information filled out, we're ready to save this new listing. And that will take us back to the listing space where we fill out the rest of the information that we need. When a new property manager is added, they'll receive an email to verify their identity and consent to allow us to store their information. They also will verify that the listing created in their name actually belongs to them. With our listing now created, we're ready to attach our new listing space. As you can see, we've already filled out this form as well, and we'll go ahead and save it. Once that's loaded, you'll see that our new listing space appears on our profile. Let's go to the Connections tab and look for some friends. I'm going to search for test user, there's at the top. I'm going to send that request, and we're going to log out of Michael Scott's account and log in as test user to see some more functionality. So now that we're logged in as test user, I can see in my Connections tab that I have 2 pending requests. There's Michael Scott, the one that we just sent, so I'll accept that. I'll accept that one as well. Back in the Home tab, we can explore available listings. If we click on this listing, we can view some additional information. And because this user had filled out their personal details that we mentioned at the beginning of the video when creating an account, we can see some really cool features. Like here, if you click on a current tenant, you can view commonalities with that tenant. So we can see that Bruce Banner went to the same school as me and is in the same college major, and we can see some common interests and hobbies. And then we can also see the distance of this specific listing from our school campus and from the work location that we provided here in this map. On the listing space view, we can view some additional information, some of the amenities, see who's signing the contract, and we can apply using this quick apply button. And this user already has an application filled out that is universal, so every time they want to apply for a new listing, they can just simply click on that quick apply button. Back in the property manager's inbox, we can see that we have a new application that got sent in, and directly from this email, we can accept the tenant. A couple of more cool features that we wanted to show are back at the homepage. You can see here we have some basic filters, and then this map view, which shows your work and your campus relative to all the listings that are currently available.
Now, what were our key outcomes from this project in building this application? Well, at the start, we discovered some limitations and risks associated with this problem space and our application. First, user adoption. We know that getting a high volume of users and listing information into the app is paramount for its success, and it will be a challenge to reach those levels. Second, there are significant privacy risks. Dealing with personal information, especially where people currently live, can be dangerous if mishandled. Third, scamming. There is a risk of illegal activity if property listing and user verification is not in place. And last, the landlords or the decision makers not being directly on the platform limits the consistency and accuracy of the platform to a degree. As a result of these discoveries in our user testing, we learned a few key things. We learned that high usability acts as a barrier to entry for users. Users need to feel familiar and comfortable with the app to not immediately give up on it. We also learned how to solve some of these privacy and security concerns, including key features like user profile privacy and property manager verification. Along those lines, we also realized that in the future, in order to achieve the kind of consistency we want with the application process, further property manager involvement on the app is key. So what is the future of Casa? We as a team plan to fully add property managers to the app, offering property management tools to create more value. We will then integrate with social media, attempting to overcome high user adoption with easy onboarding. In-app messaging will soon follow as a standard of social media apps today. We will then evaluate and implement potential revenue models, whether that means featuring premium features, taking a portion of application/admin fees, advertisements, etc. And of course, we plan to expand to other platforms like Android and common web browsers to make the app more accessible. Casa is not just another housing app. It is the housing app solution built for college students by college students. We understand the complexity. We understand the inconsistency. We understand the living experience. We understand what it means to feel at home. Come and experience for yourself. This is Casa.